on 9:30 a.m. The Answer with On the Record with Kevin and Tiffany. You didn't say anything about that. All right. We were not supposed to be having this detail. We're supposed to have only 2 segments on this and move on. But we're both extremely passionate. So we're just going to we're going to roll the show down and finish up this segment with it. All right. So you can tell Tiff and I are really passionate about this. Now I'm going to turn this a little
70
bit.
people gone. You can't help but be. Let me preface that. Everybody did not die from kidney disease. We watched people die from a sundry of different illnesses, delays in care. Kidney disease is just one gigantic delay in care. But, we watch this, and when you experience that, you know that, one, information needs to be
Knowledge
imparted
is power.
to people.
Knowledge is truly power in this situation.
And whether it's a situation where I feel like everybody is suffering from a degree of victimization. I hate using that word within this system because it's a very broken system. The healthcare system is broken. So you got doctors that are, and I say medical professionals, nurse practitioners, doctors, nurses. They're trying to work within a system that rewards the back end for.
Now when we say the healthcare system is broken, I don't mean that the healthcare system isn't producing innovations, life-saving, life-changing innovations.
They're producing wonderful things.
They are, right? They're producing those things, but it's the means by which people are rewarded within that system. It's the means by which information is disseminated to people who are at risk. Right. And we know the people who are at risk, who are more likely to go into chronic kidney disease. We're not even talking about rare diseases. Right. And then but there's a debate within these different egghead groups in which people are debating, should you be informed as a patient/consumer? And all of a sudden they are becoming concerned with your mental well-being, your emotional well-being. Those are generally the excuses that are out there. But you and I have a right to know. Right. And I'm going to tell a couple personal stories. Right. About 3 weeks ago, I got a call about a childhood friend of mine, and he's a big Trumpian. This is an important part of it. He's a big Trumpian fan. He and I are kind of going back and forth because I'm on the Never Trumper bus and he's on the Trump train. Right. And I got ran over in 2016 by it. Right. But anyway, long story short, he passed away. He had COVID. Right, he had some internal damage to his organ and his liver, right, and he died, and they buried him. And then I have another friend, the childhood friend. He and I played baseball together, and really good guy. And he went into hospice, right, and he had some organ issues as well, in particular
kidney
his liver.
and liver.
Yeah, and so. And it's basic information that he didn't have. And when you go in and you have them and you walk people through their blood work and you say, look for this number, look for this number, look, and they're looking for that number. It's in the blood work. You see it's progressing. You see it. And that's the conversation that we have with people. And
that's the painful part.
That's the painful part.
It's there. And consumers, regular patients are sitting there talking to their trusted guidance, their medical professional, and both are looking at this, but the person with the knowledge is not sharing, hey, by the way, you're in stage 1 kidney disease. And if you continue down this trajectory, by the time you're 65, you're going to be in end-stage renal disease.
And by the way, that's generally the age most people
are that's
at
the average age
when they're diagnosed with it. And you want to talk about wipe out your retirement, there you go, wiping out your retirement. And
but your quality of life, who cares if you have a big retirement if you can't walk down the street and do the things that you need to do, if you have to be hooked up to a machine 3 days a week, what kind of quality of life do you have? The level of depression that people experience when they go into end-stage renal disease, it is worth us having this conversation over and over again to prevent one person from going into it, because that affects your entire family.
But here's the great part, right? We're in a free market economy. There
That's
is
right.
a simple, so there is a pill that will help the majority of people. It is a diabetic pill. It's for diabetes, right? The common name.
It's pretty amazing.
What's the two common names for it?
I said it earlier. It's there's a family of medications. They're called SGLT2Is, and the brand names that you would know are Farxiga and Jardiance. Either of those two, and those drugs really, it's a 10 milligram tablet
twice a day for most people.
It's not a shot in the stomach. It's none of that. It's a 10 milligram tablet twice a day,
and it is a game changer. And right now, the medical. Right now, there's a dragging of people's feet. They have all kind of BS reasons for not wanting to bring the medication out, right? But none of them, from my viewpoint, tend to be medical. But there are situations where people can't take the medicine.
Well, here's the bottom line.
But in most cases, they can.
The medical professionals, the highest medical professionals, the researchers at the National Institute of Health and at the NIDDK are saying, we need to get these drugs to the consumers.
Bottom line.
They are saying this is highly recommended.
Which is why it is extremely important for early detection, right? And screenings.
That's right.
Which is why we emphasize that over and over again. Not just our organization. Now our organization is bringing it out. When I say our organization, the Texas Kidney Foundation is bringing early detection and kidney screening to all neighborhoods, to the various neighborhoods in Bexar County and the surrounding areas. But it's also important that physicians and hospitals also adopt a early detection and a screening process for, at the minimum, people who have diabetes, hypertension, or a combination of both. They should be screened, and they need to be informed of where they're going. All right, Tiffany, we are running out of time. And anything else you'd like to say about that?
1 in 3 are at risk for kidney disease. It's imperative that you get your kidneys checked. If you have diabetes or hypertension, you don't feel bad with kidney disease. It generally does not present symptoms until the latter stages of kidney disease. So in order to empower yourself, just get your kidneys checked. Ask for the specific number. So you want to know what your EGFR, estimated glomerular filtration rate, is. And you also want to know what your albumin creatinine ratio is. You want those two things because that's going to give them a full picture of your kidneys. We're not doctors. That's why you want to go and see one, but be armed with the correct questions to ask, and do not back down until you get specific numbers for yourself. Anything ambiguous, remember, you're dealing with a medical professional, so there should not be ambiguity in answers. So anything ambiguous, like, oh, you're doing great. What is great? Tell me the numbers.
And remember, you're an American. You can handle it. You're a big boy and girl. You know, you're
bring
not
somebody else with you too when you go to doctor's appointments.
You're not a snowflake. You can deal with it. So you have a right to know that information, a right to know that knowledge.
You have the right to know.
And you've been listening to On the Record with Tiffany and Kevin on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, home of conservative talk radio.